In this brief video, I'm just going to go over the character design project and just give you some visuals to what was mentioned inside the project prompt. So here's the project prompt, and basically you're going to start off in Alchemy and you're going to make a character of your choice, and you're going to draw at least 8 variations of that character, and then you'll save the file. You'll export it as character sheet 1. So I'm going to take this example here. This is one of the students from class that actually did this, not myself. Okay, so let's say this was my project. I've got 8 characters here, some kind of insectoid aliens. And the next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to choose one of these, my favorite, the one that I think is the best design, the one that I'm most into. And for whatever reason, I'm going to go ahead and maybe I'll choose this this guy right down here. Okay, so what I would do is I've chosen my one of the 8 here, and now I need to either take it back into Alchemy and do a more detailed version of it, or you guys can go take it over to Piskel and you can go ahead and do this more detailed. So one thing I'm going to do to make this easier is if I was going into Alchemy, I could just go ahead and kind of move this off to the side. I can zoom in, I can pan down, so I can kind of just zoom in on the character of my choice, and then I can go ahead and just open up Alchemy and I can go to it. Move my window across, there we go, just so that way I can look at everything. Now I'm not going to actually go ahead and draw this whole character inside Alchemy right now, but you kind of get the idea. I'll choose my brushes, I'll choose my mirror option, you name it, and I would start to create it. Now, because this is the final visual round here, I'm going to spend more time on this. I'm going to draw slower. I'm going to think about the form a little bit more. I'm going to think about, is this armor on this guy, or is it like a shell, like a beetle or something like that? What is this character? And then really get into much more detail. I'll probably draw it rough, and then I'll start getting into more detail here. And then I would then go ahead and say, start adding in colors. So start thinking about what kinds of color do you want, and then start adding in some of those kinds of things, because that adds to the character's personality and makes the character a character. Okay, so again, this round you can either choose to do Alchemy, or you can go ahead and take it to the web and you can go to Piskel. So if you go to Piskel, you're going to choose to create a sprite, and the very first thing you're going to do is come over here to where it says resize, and right now your canvas is really small. I would like you, and I put this in the description, to change it to 64 by 64 at least, and make sure you hit resize. And that way now when you're drawing, you can go ahead, and by the way, you can turn on mirroring, so you can go ahead and you can actually get your character in there. Okay, and you could, of course, can move your window off to the side. I don't know why it's so difficult. Oh, there we go. So you can move your window off to the side, so that way you can see your creature at the same time, and you can go ahead and start painting. It's going to look noticeably different because you're talking about pixel graphics rather than what Alchemy has. But you can still do it. You can use layers, which is awesome, because now you can start to use colors again, and you can keep things separate, so you can start putting in some really cool stuff, and you can do undo, and you have greater flexibility than Alchemy, but it's a different way of creation. So that's what you'll end up with. You'll end up with a character sheet that has 8 characters. You'll then end up with your final one, either done in Alchemy or done in Piskel. Either done in Piskel, and then the last component is the character bioform, which we talked about in class, and that's where you'll go ahead and you'll actually write out in this form, you'll actually type out all of your answers to these questions. And you'll have a full-fledged, living, breathing character. So I hope this helps you out and gives you a better idea of what your challenge ahead of you is. All right, good luck, and if you have any questions, please talk to me in class or email me. Good luck.